Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. Today I have a more serious video for you. As you know, I do missing people, finding missing people, finding out the truths about them, how they became missing, things like that. So this one is about a 28-year-old woman. She was a nurse. From what I gather, this is what I've heard, okay? This is what I know. There's a little bit of information because I haven't heard much about her. Someone asked me to do this video on her because she is missing. Her name is Mamta, so it's M-A-M-T-A, and then her last name is B-H-U-T-T. I'm not going to pronounce her last name because I don't want to say it wrong and disrespect her. But she is missing. Her family and friends are currently looking for her. She's a mother, and she was married, or is married, has children, and she was a nurse, all right? So, from what I gather is that no one had heard from her for a little while. She didn't show up for her shift. She was supposed to go to some baby shower with her friends, didn't show up for that. So at that point, that's when the friends got together and decided that they were going to look for her, search for her, I guess contact the police or whatever. Okay. So when the police got there, they used that luminol stuff that lights up bloodstains, and they found that the whole bedroom was splattered with it. Sorry, my phone was ringing. That the whole bedroom was splattered with stains, and then throughout the house. Okay, so then they asked the husband what happened, and of course, he, denies everything. Well, then what I heard is they confiscated the bathtub. So they also said there was a pink stain of most likely blood on the carpet, and he had moved the furniture to cover it. I guess the bed, maybe. So this is what we're going to do here. Since I already know this much, I'm going to ask the spirits what really happened. And I've already pre-shuffled because when I do missing people, I have to really concentrate with spirit. I have to get with spirit, concentrate, and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. Well, as I shuffle, the cards fall out. I don't want to lose that information that they're giving me, so I went ahead and I picked them and then, place them as they fall. So I didn't film my shuffling. I always film my shuffling, but I didn't do it this time because it was so much. All right? And I didn't want the video to be super long, just shuffling. Okay, I'm getting a lot of information here. First, I'd like to say this video is not made for kids. If you're under the age of 18, please click off now. Everything here is alleged. Everything here comes from spirit, not from me. But yet I'm never wrong. Okay, I've been doing this for many, 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 many years, and I'm never wrong. So I'm going to tell you what Spirit told me, and I'm going to read the cards that fell out when I was talking to Spirit. All right, trolls, your door's on the left. Exit yourself out. You're not welcome here. Trolls and haters, copycats, whatever you are, go. All right? We do serious work here. We don't just play with cards. All right? We don't just play with cards and charge people money because we're playing with cards. We don't do that here. We do serious stuff here. All right? If you want a personal reading, contact me with the number down below in the disclaimer box, and I'll get back at you. You have a few more days for the special. If you want to buy my cup, the link is in the disclaimer box down below. Other than that, let's get started. You do not have permission to use my video without my permission, all right, in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So let's get started with the reading. So I asked the spirits, what was their energy? Okay, what type of energy did that marriage have? Right away, I'm seeing a lot of name calling, name blaming. I feel like this is her. This is the Seven of Wands. Wands always means love and emotion. Keep that in mind, number one. So, and then they're poking at this person and they're poking back. All right, deep thought. So, this person wears green and stands on green, but so this person wants calm and peace. But they can't have it because these people are constantly poking, putting their name and stuff that don't belong. So I'm feeling this was her energy in the marriage. that he was constantly picking on her, saying you did this, that, and you're this, that, that. You know, in their religion, not to downgrade anybody's religion, the man is more dominant, and they expect the woman to do whatever they say. All right. I think they were Indian people. I'm not sure. Pakistan, maybe Indian. I'm not sure. All right. So don't misquote me. But I do know their men are more aggressive, and the women are very, very submissive, and they do whatever the man asks, and then the men are not used to being told no. Okay, that's the key word right there, no. So I feel like she was a little bit in the defense side. I feel like she would argue back with him because he was constantly like verbally abusing her. I don't see physical abuse yet, but I do see a lot of verbal abuse from him towards her. So she would fight back with her words. Okay, this is something he wasn't used to, didn't like. So I see a lot of defense. This is the card of defense. I see that their marriage was on the rocks because of that. What he once offered was no longer there. So that their feelings towards each other, their marriage or whatever, became stagnant, in stagnation. Only they didn't portray that to the world. Everything was kept in secret because due to the their nature of religion and all that. But there was a lot of love lost there. All right, due to the arguments, a lot of arguments. Again, marriage in stagnation. A lot of marriage in stagnation here. Relationship in stagnation. Sorry, y'all. Spirit's here, so it takes my breath away. So after all this fights and stuff, and I feel like maybe she had 4 years of it, that she could not take no more. And he was the type of man that was used to not being told no. Like, he didn't like to be told no, especially by a woman, because the men are very dominant there. So they're not used to being told no. So I feel like she would say no to him a lot on certain things. She would fight back when he wanted her to be just submissive and do whatever I say. That's basically was his attitude. Do what I say. And remember, y'all, this is alleged. This does not come from me. This comes from the cards and what I got from Spirit and what they're telling me now. All right. So I feel like she decided to make a decision. I feel like in her life she was at a crossroads, like this woman or man here. A lot of turbulence in the background, a lot of turbulence, always in deep thought about the turbulence. Couldn't take it no more. She couldn't see her future. Like for her, there was no future because she wasn't happy. It didn't seem like the relationship was going to get any better. She didn't like all this blaming and verbal abuse and stuff like that. So she was at a crossroads. I feel like she would think about, I need to leave, I need to get out of this, I deserve better than this, and things like that. So I see that she finally came to a decision. Okay, this is when you finally make a decision, turn your back. See, she turned her back on the turbulence, saying, I don't want this anymore. And the reverse means you finally made a decision. You decided which road to choose. And I feel like she did that. I feel like she came home to tell him that. I feel like she was ready to take a break. She was tired. She was tired of this 4-year torture. Swords always mean confinement, restriction, imprisonment, whether it's mentally or physically. This person wants a break from that. They want out. They can't handle it anymore, so they take a break. They lay down, taking a break. See, there's black down here, but it's way, way down now. When before it was huge, now it's way down here because they're putting it down. They don't want strife anymore. So I feel like once she made that decision to leave, because I do feel like she made the decision to leave, take her children, leave. She wanted to take a time out from this, a break, leave. He didn't go for that. He said, no, you're not going anywhere. You're staying right here. Is what I'm hearing from Spirit. All right. Well, I feel like he sent people to watch her. This is the Page of Swords. All pages are messengers in the tarot. You got this Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Page of let me see, Swords, Pentacles, Wands, and Cups. All right, so this one, Swords, like I said, always cut, confinement, restriction, This is a person that's younger than they are, so, and it's third party. So I feel like he sent someone to watch her. There's messages coming in. Birds always bring messages. You know, back in the day, they used to send carrier pigeons out for messages, way back in the day, before there was mailman. They would send the pigeon out, tie a note to its leg, and send the pigeon out. The carrier pigeon will fly from place to place, delivering this message. All right. So I feel like he sends someone out to watch, to spy, and then will report back to him. I kind of feel like she might have already left the house and went someplace else to sleep, maybe spend a night, or stay maybe even at a motel that hasn't been revealed yet. So he sends a message out for her to come to the house, maybe. And then there was a huge fight. They had a huge fight. He told her, you know, she needed to either be home, stay home. She couldn't leave. She told him, no, I'm tired of this. It's done. I don't want this anymore. And, you know, those men aren't used to hearing that type of stuff. They're used to women being submissive. So an unexpected event came. Okay, this is where Spirit stopped me here, because there's going to have to be a part 2, y'all. But I'm going to tell you what I see happening, and then part 2 will reveal where she's at. Okay, because I feel like she's no longer with us in the earth. I do feel like she's in the spirit world. This huge upset came. Huge. Due to fighting, hitting, pushing. I feel like he pushed her and she hit her head. And where she landed is where her head bled out. And that's why there was a big pink spot on the carpet. Her head, it landed literally there and bled out. Before he was able to pick her up and take her away. I feel like there's blood everywhere. Or there is blood everywhere, because that's what the luminol stuff showed when the police spread the luminol. There's blood everywhere. But there was certain trails of it. So I feel like he drug her as best as he could. I feel like he wrapped her in something and then drug her. So there's like spots of blood everywhere. And put her in the car. Okay, since then, he has sold that car. Since the day she became missing, he already sold the car. Why? To get rid of evidence. That's what Spirit's showing me. Remember, this is alleged. It's not coming from me. It's coming from Spirit. To get rid of evidence. And he put up the house for sale. Okay, if you have a wife that's missing, why are you putting up your house for sale? Police found bags packed already. Bags packed. Car already been sold. And it's only been days or weeks that she's been missing. I don't know exactly what date she was missing. I think it was in July. But, okay, so if you're expecting your wife to be found and come back home, why are you selling the house? Why are your bags packed? You know, where are you going? All right. I feel like all that was done to hide evidence. So this big upset came, this fighting, this big upset came. Boom, was hit. The person fell to their demise. There's only one death card in the tarot, but there's other cards that suggest it, like this one. This one suggests that. When the lightning bolt strikes, what do? You fall down to where? Your demise, because there's nothing here but rocks, and you're coming from a very high place down. A lot of black means depression, darkness. And I feel like that's what happened. I feel like they had an altercation. Now, whether he meant to kill her or not, I don't know that yet. I don't see it. But I do see that it did happen because of this fighting, pushing. I see a lot of pushing, abusive physical behavior, which made her fall and hit her head. I feel like when she fell and hit her head, she lay there for a while. So that's why that spot was a big pink spot. And I feel like he tried to clean it. And that's why it was no longer red but pink. He tried to clean everything up. But, you know, the luminol still shines up. Only this one appeared to be pink. Everything else had disappeared. Sorry, my phone rings. Everything else had disappeared. You couldn't see no bloodstains with the naked eye, but the luminol picked it up, except for the pink spot. That one couldn't get rid of. It turned pink because it was too much. Why was there so much there? Because that's where she lay when her head was hit. That was her head right there. And the carpet soaked it up so much that even after cleaning, it was still like a pink spot. So he moved the bed, is what I understand. He moved the bed and covered it. All right, hiding it. So I do feel like she's not here. I feel like she's in the spirit world. I didn't ask if she's crossed over or not. I do know that she wants justice, number one, and the truth to be revealed. So I'm going to do that in part 2. This is part 1. I'm going to do that in part 2 because we need to clear this first of what actually happened to her. How did it happen? This is from spirit, y'all, not from me. This is what I'm reading from the cards. This is what the cards have showed. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm not blaming anyone, but I'm clearly reading what the cards have said. What spirit is telling me in my mind, the pictures that they are showing me. All right. I feel like she was drug all the way out to the car, and then they were gone. Okay. Car came back, then it was sold. So where is she? Where's her body? Where is she? That's coming in part 2. All right. Her body was placed somewhere. Where? Okay, part 2 is going to reveal that. Right now I'm going to close because this is a lot. And I'm going to consult with Spirit again to come up with part 2, see what they tell me. And then I'll make a video about it. In the meantime, I feel like people need to pray for her. You know, if she's still alive out there somewhere, maybe hurt or whatever, which I doubt. You know, pray for her. Hopefully she can make it her way back. But I just don't see that, y'all. I don't see that, especially with these two that fall together. I don't see that. All right. I feel like she has crossed over or is in the spirit world from this point on. All right. Now, did he do it or not? I can't say yes, I can't say no, but I can tell you what I saw here, and you can make your own conclusion. All right. From that point on, we're going to do part 2, and I'll get back at you. Thanks for watching. This is Jasmine from Magic Tarot Cards.